You know the feeling. You're deep into a workout. You're hitting the bag, you're sparring, and then bam, you hit a wall. Suddenly, your arms feel like they weigh 1,000 pounds, your lungs are on fire, and all your power just disappears. It's called gassing out, and it is one of the most frustrating things for any athlete. Well, today, we're gonna build the blueprint to make sure that never, ever happens to you again. And this is the question that drives us crazy, right? You're putting in the hours, you're getting stronger, you're definitely getting more powerful. So why does it feel like your gas tank is always hitting empty right when you need it most? What's the missing piece of the puzzle here?
And this is the whole secret. See, being fit is not the same thing as having fight-ready stamina. Stamina isn't just something that happens because you're in shape. It is a specific, trainable skill. It's all about building a high-performance engine inside your body, one that's designed for the crazy demands of combat. It's about efficiency, not just raw brute force. So, let's pop the hood and take a look at your fighter's engine. To build it up, you first have to understand the two main systems that make it run. Once you see how they're supposed to work together, we can start upgrading them for some serious output and, that unstoppable endurance we're all after. Okay, so here's the basic layout. Your engine has two core parts. You've got the fuel pump, that's your cardio system, and you've got the pistons, that's your muscular system. One of them delivers the fuel, and the other one uses that fuel to create explosive power. The thing is, if there's a weakness in either one of those, the whole engine just sputters and dies. First up, let's talk about the fuel pump. We're talking about your heart, your lungs, your blood vessels, the whole crew. Their job is to deliver oxygen, which is like the high-octane fuel for your body. The stronger your cardio system gets, the bigger and more efficient that fuel line becomes. It makes sure you have a constant supply of energy, especially when the pressure is really on. And then we have the pistons, because hey, all that fuel is useless if the engine can't actually use it, right? Inside your muscles, you have these tiny little power plants called mitochondria. When you train for muscular endurance, you actually build more of these power plants and make them work better. That way, your muscles can turn that oxygen into raw power without creating all that junk that makes you feel tired and heavy. Okay, so now we get how the engine is built. The next question is, how do you actually operate it without redlining and burning out in the first round? Well, it all comes down to efficiency. This is where your strategy and your technique come into play to save that precious fuel and just maximize your performance. This quote right here just nails the first principle of power, pacing. Think about it. A marathon runner doesn't sprint the first mile, and a fight is absolutely no different. Trying to throw every single punch with knockout force is literally the fastest way to empty your tank. And this breaks it down perfectly. Your light, fast punches, those are for saving energy, for finding your range, for setting up your combinations. Then you have your power punches. Those are the finishers. You use them strategically when you see an opening. Mixing these two up, that's the secret to controlling the pace and, more importantly, controlling your energy levels. Now, let's talk about the single biggest energy leak for most fighters. It's breathing. Or, to be more accurate, not breathing. The second you tense up and hold your breath, you are literally starving your engine of oxygen. And as you can see, that's gonna make you gas out way, way faster. It's like clamping your own fuel line shut. So here's the fix. It's a simple rhythm, really. You want a sharp, explosive exhale. You know, that sss sound every single time you throw a punch. Not only does that engage your core for more power, but it forces you to breathe. Then, as you move and defend, you focus on staying relaxed and just inhaling, recovering your energy for that next burst. All right, we've got the principles down. Now it's time to get to work. We're heading into the garage to forge a bigger, stronger engine block. This is the physical work, the training that builds that elite level stamina. Your training plan has to be built on these three pillars. No shortcuts. You need road work, that's your steady state cardio, to build a deep aerobic base. You need high intensity interval training to handle those explosive fight-winning moments. And most importantly, you need work that is specific to the sport itself. And listen, I cannot stress this enough. Running makes you a better runner. Lifting makes you a better lifter. But to get fit for boxing, you have to box. Hitting the bag, shadow boxing, sparring, these are the things that train your body and your engine for the very specific, very unique demands of a real fight. Hey, you want a pro-level secret to seriously supercharge your stamina? Cut your rest time. Instead of taking the usual minute between rounds on the heavy bag, drop it to 30 seconds. Yeah, it's gonna be tough, but what it does is it forces your heart and lungs to get incredibly efficient at recovering. That is a massive advantage in the later rounds of a fight.
Look, a powerful engine is completely useless if you put cheap gas in it or if you never ever change the oil. Hard training breaks your body down. Proper fuel and repair, that's what builds it back up stronger than it was before. And honestly, this is the part that most people totally neglect. You gotta see that training is only 1/3 of the whole equation. This chart makes it super clear. Your performance is built on 3 equal pillars. Smart training provides the push, but it's the proper fueling and quality recovery that actually create the growth. You can't have one without the others.
Let's just quickly run through these. Nutrition, that's your raw energy. Never train on an empty tank. Hydration is absolutely critical. Even being a little dehydrated will kill your performance. Sleep is the ultimate performance enhancer, period. It's when your body actually does the repair work. And finally, a cool down helps to get rid of all the metabolic junk so you can bounce back faster for the next session. These are non-negotiable.
Okay, the engine is built, it's maintained, now it's time for the final upgrades. We're talking about the X factors, those mental and physiological hacks that give you a real edge when everything else is equal. This is the stuff that separates the good from the truly great.
I'm telling you, long before your body is actually done, your mind will try to quit. That feeling of fatigue is just as much a psychological signal as it is a physical one. If you walk into a workout thinking, man, this is gonna be too hard, guess what? You've already lost. Your mindset really does determine your physical limits. This says it all, doesn't it? You have to build this relentless belief that you can push through that discomfort. When your lungs are burning and every part of you wants to stop, that is when your inner voice has to be your biggest cheerleader, telling you, let's go, one more. Now here is a truly next level tool. Beyond just the exhale on your punches, dedicated breathwork can fundamentally change your physiology. Something as simple as focusing on breathing through your nose can increase your oxygen uptake by up to 20%. That is a massive hidden advantage for both your performance and your recovery. So there you have it. That is the complete blueprint for an unbreakable engine. You've got the components, you've got the operating principles, the training plan, and the high performance upgrades. The only question left is, how powerful are you going to become?